Hi everyone. So today we're going to do a class through the screen. And that means either I wasn't able to come to class to you, or you weren't able to come to class with me, or maybe you just felt like doing yoga and you wanted to turn on this class and give it a try. So whatever reason you're here, welcome, and let's start class together. So today's class is a mixed abilities class, and that means that we'll be doing a lot of poses right from our chairs. We also will have opportunity to stand up and do some standing poses. So whether you have an injury, perhaps you have physical limitations, maybe you're using this class as a supplement to a different workout that you do, or you have a balance challenge. Whatever reason brought you to this mixed abilities class today, I just want to welcome you and say that we want to find whatever is going to be feeling good in our bodies. We want it to feel stretchy. We want it to feel just comfortable, and we don't want to ever feel pain. So we might be doing a stretch, and you might be watching me, and I might have my arms way out here, and you might give that a try and go, ooh, something doesn't feel good. You can bring your arms here. You can keep your arms in your lap. And you can also always take a break whenever you need one. So I'm here to guide you, and go ahead and give whatever I'm doing a try if it feels comfortable in your body. If it doesn't, find your own move that might be similar, might be completely different, but feels good to you. I also brought my water, so make sure you have a water with you because we're going to be doing a whole hour-long class. So you might get thirsty throughout. And if you don't have a water, go ahead and pause the video and go grab one or have someone help you find one. What else? All I have is my mat. It's right down here. And I have my chair. It's a nice sturdy chair, not one that's going to wibble or wobble when I'm trying to do my yoga poses. And that's really all you need for today's practice. So you know when we do take a break, if you're doing something and it just feels like too much, you can always scooch back in your chair and just rest back against it. And then come back in and join me whenever you feel comfortable, once you feel rested enough. Similarly, you can also pause the video if you need to and take a break and come back. And is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else we need to review. When I do get up and give us standing options, if you have a reason today that your legs just don't want to stand, or maybe you're in a wheelchair, you can just follow along with the arm motions, and I'll always try to show the chair variety first, and you can repeat that as I do the standing offering. Never feel like you have to stand, but I put it there for my friends who want to stand and get a little bit more of a stretch in their legs. All right, so let's get started. The very first thing we're going to do is we're just going to start with our breath. So we're going to put one hand on our heart, and we're going to reach one hand out and put it on our belly. And we want to breathe all the way down, so we move that hand on our belly. A nice, big, deep belly breath. So let's give it a try together. We'll take a breath in, and let it all the way out. Nice job. Let's try that again. Breathe in. Let it all the way out. Good work. And one more. All the way in. And all the way out. Great job. And if at any time during class it feels more comfortable to try things with your eyes closed, you can just listen to the sound of my voice and follow along that way. So eyes open or eyes closed, both are great. Whatever feels good in your body today. So now that we practice that belly breath, let's try adding a little bit of motion to our belly breath. So I'm going to bring my hands together at my heart. And I'm going to breathe in. Send my hands way up to the sky. Breathe out and bring them down in a great big circle. Nice work. Bring them back together at our heart. Breathe in. Send them up way high into the sky. Breathe out and bring them down in a great big circle. Good job. Let's do one more like that. Hands together at the heart. Breathe in. Nice slow breath in. And then breathe out. Hands all the way down at our sides. Great job. Okay, let's try warming up our shoulders a little. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders if we type a lot, or if we hunch over and we're drawing or painting or something. We can have a lot of soreness and tight muscles in here. So let's try to warm those muscles up. So we'll breathe in, raise those shoulders up to our ears, and then let them fall down on a sigh. Great work. Try again. Breathe in and Let them fall down. And one more time. Breathe in. And let them fall down. Great job. Then let's try to do some shoulder circles. So we're going to bring them up towards our ears, down, around, and back. Bring them up towards our ears. Roll them down, around, and back. And once more, up towards our ears, down, around, and back. And then let's switch the direction. So we're going to bring them back, up towards our ears, and then have them come forward and down. Nice work. It feels a little different. So bring them back, up, forward, and down. And one more time. Back, up, forward, and down. Great work. Let's try adding some arms into this. So I'm going to take my arms to the side and I'm going to bring them forward and down. Bring them up, forward, and down. Good work. One more time. Bring them up, forward, and down. And then let's try swimming our arms. So we're rotating one shoulder at a time. So I'm going to bring one arm forward and then the other arm forward. One arm forward and then the other arm forward. And once more. One arm forward and then the other arm forward. Great job. Let's try swimming backwards this time. So I'm going to bring one arm back and then the other arm back. Good work. One arm back and then the other arm back. And one more time. One arm back and then the other arm back. Great job. Go ahead and give it a wiggle out. That's a lot of work on our arms. Then let's take our arms out to the sides and let's try to do some circles. We'll start with really small circles. Then we'll make them medium-sized circles. You can go slowly, you can go quickly, whatever feels good today. And then make nice big circles, whatever that means to you. Some people might make really, really big circles. Some people's big circles might look a little smaller. So it depends how mobile your shoulders are and how comfy it is in your body. Great work. And then we're going to stop and hold it. Nice job. And then we're going to go in the other direction. So go in the other direction. Big circles. We'll start with big circles this time. Nice work. Then medium circles. Good job. And then see how small you can make your little small circles. Nice work. Go ahead and shake it out again. Shake it way high. Shake it in the middle. Shake it all the way down low. And then roll back up. Give those shoulders a couple more rolls. Nice work. Then let's try to warm up our neck. So we did a lot with our shoulders. We've done a lot with our arms so far. We'll come back to those for sure. But let's try to make sure our neck is warmed up too. So the very first thing I'm going to do is just gently look over one shoulder. So turn your head to the side any amount. And we'll take a nice slow, deep belly breath in here. And let it all the way out. Good job. Take one more breath in. Come back to center. And then we're going to look over the other shoulder. So breathe in. As you breathe out, look over that other shoulder. Nice job. Take a nice slow breath in here. Breathe all the way out. And then come back to center. Great work. Now I'm going to take one ear over one shoulder. So I'm doing my right ear over my right shoulder. You can do the same, or you can do your left ear over your left shoulder. I don't use a lot of right and left because we're just going to do one side and then the other. So you choose which side works best for you first. So I'm bringing my ear right over my shoulder. And this is a big stretch on its own. This might feel great. We're trying to sit up as tall as feels comfortable, feet flat on the floor. Then if you want to try it, you can see how the stretch feels if you bring your opposite arm out to the side. This might feel like too much, and if it does, bring that arm right back on your lap. Otherwise, put your arm out to the side, and then maybe try lifting it nice and slowly up to shoulder height. Maybe hold it here. Maybe bring it back down. See how the difference feels. Maybe we try lifting it up and lowering it, almost like we're a really slow, great bird soaring. Up and lower. And you can even try bringing it a little bit forward and a little bit behind you. And each of these stretches might feel a little different in your shoulders. And forward, behind and in your neck. Great work. All right, 1 second. There we go. Sometimes our computers have the better of us. So now I'm going to sit up straight and I'm going to turn with my other ear over my other shoulder. So I'm going to bring my left ear this time over my left shoulder. Nice work. And then I'm going to see how this stretch feels. Now for me, this stretch feels quite different than it did on the other side. So both sides of our bodies can feel pretty different. And then I'm going to bring my arm out. See how it feels on this side. Maybe I like it, maybe I don't, and I can bring it right back to my lap. Otherwise, I'll keep it out. And then I'm gonna lift and lower, lift and lower. And once more, give it a try. Lift, maybe hold it, see how that feels. Maybe bring it forward a little. Maybe try bringing it back. Forward and back. And then come back to center. Nice work. Then we're gonna make U shapes with our neck. So we're not gonna do full neck circles, but I'm gonna bring my ear to one shoulder. Then I'm gonna bring my nose and chin down towards my chest and have my other ear come to my other shoulder. So nose and chin towards chest. We're just rocking our head back and forth for this one. Back and forth. And then let's try it to the back. So now I'm going to go to the back and bring my ear to my shoulder. To the back and bring my ear to the shoulder. And once more. Back, ear to shoulder, and back, ear to shoulder. Nice work. Then I'm going to shake everything out a little. Shake, 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 shake. Good job. Then we'll do cat-cow pose. So I'm actually going to turn my chair sideways just so you can see what I'm doing first. Then I'll bring it back so you can see what I'm doing facing you. But when I'm sitting on my chair, I'm sitting towards the edge of my chair with my back nice and straight. And when I breathe in and bring my shoulders back. My chest comes forward. I can look up towards the sky if that's comfortable. And then as I breathe out, I round my shoulders and I round my back any amount. So let's try that a few times. Breathe in, shoulders come back, chest comes forward. I can look towards the ceiling. Breathe out, round my shoulders and round my back. All right, 2 more times. Breathe in, shoulders back, chest forward for cow. Breathe out, round our shoulders and round our spine for cat. And one last time. Breathe in, shoulders back, chest forward for cow. Breathe out, round our shoulders and round our spine for cat. Nice work. I'll turn my chair back. And then we're going to do some bends to each side. So I'm going to breathe in, raise my arm up, 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 nice and high. And then when I feel like I can't quite go any further, I'm going to gently bend to the side. I can even kind of look up and under my bent arm if that feels comfortable. Come back, and we'll do it to the other side. Reach up, 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 and bend to the side. Nice job. Come back, and once more to each side. Reach up, 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 bend to the side. Nice work, and once more. Reach up, 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 and bend to the side. Nice job. Then I'm going to do a twist to each side. So as I twist, I'm going to breathe in and raise my arms up to the sky. And I'm going to gently twist my body. And I can either bring my hands right to the outside of my thigh, or I can bring my back arm to the back of my chair. This kind of depends on how comfortable my back feels today and also what my chair is like. So if I have my arm on the back of my chair, or if I have my hands on my thigh, I can look over my back shoulder if that's comfortable, or I can look straight ahead. So see what's comfortable in your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Then we'll come back up, and we're going to turn to the other side. And we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Nice work. Let's do that once more to each side. So come back to center. arms come up over the head. And then we're going to turn to the side. Again, hands on our thigh or one arm behind us on the back of our chair. Breathe in and breathe out. Good job. And then once more, come back up to center and then turn to the other side. Hands on your thigh or one hand behind you on the back of your chair. And breathe in and breathe out. Nice work. And then come back to center. Beautiful job. All right. So the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to move our arms kind of like we're swimming through water. We want to pretend, if you know that feeling when you push against the water, your arms move a little more slowly and it's like there's a lot of resistance or something pushing back against your arms. And we want to kind of imagine that because that'll help our muscles strengthen and it'll help everything stretch really well. So let's start like this. Let's start by raising our arms up. Nice work. Up into cactus arms. Down like you're pushing into water. And kind of like upside down cactus arms. Good work. Back to the middle. And up. Back to the middle. And down. Great job. Come back to the middle. Then we'll raise them up and we're going to push our arms together. And they do not have to touch. They may touch. They might come to here. Whatever's comfortable. Come back out. And you can even pull them a little bit behind you, just like we did in cow pose where our shoulders come back if that feels comfortable. Bring them forward. Push them together. Nice work. Bring them backward. Pull them apart. And once more, bring them together, push them together, and bring them backwards, pull them apart. Great job. Okay, so then we're going to try an exercise that's sort of like pulling a rope. And we're going to imagine that we're pulling a rope as we do it. We're going to have our hands go to different positions above us. So you can think of a clock. You could think of a sun ray, whatever helps you imagine where you're putting your hands. And otherwise, you can just watch me and follow along. I'm also going to come up and make sure I move this because I know, there we go, that I don't want the screen to go dark on us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this side and I'm going to reach my arm out. So arm out to the side. I'm using my left arm. You can use whichever arm you want. We're going to go through all the motions. So I'm going to pull my left arm in and then reach my right arm out and pull my right arm in. Left arm goes out and pulls in. Right arm goes out and pulls in. Left arm pull. Right arm pull. Nice work. Now we're going to go on a diagonal. So this is that clock or sun rays that we're thinking of. So left arm goes up and pulls. Right arm goes up and pulls. And we try to sit up tall if it's comfortable, as tall as we can comfortably. Left arm pulls, right arm pulls. One more time. Left arm pulls, right arm pulls. Nice work. Then we're going to reach up directly above our heads. So left arm, kind of like we're climbing up the rope now. Right arm pull, left arm pull, right arm pull, and once more. Left arm pull, right arm pull. And now we're going to go diagonally in this direction. So now I'm going to use my opposite arm, my right arm. I'm going to reach my right arm, pull, and then my left arm. So we've switched the arms. Right arm first, left arm next. Right arm once more, left arm once more. And now we're going to go directly to the side. This is the last side. So we're going to reach to the side with our right arm, pull, left arm, pull, right arm, pull, left arm, pull, and one last one. Right arm, pull, and left arm, pull. Nice work. Come back, shake those shoulders out, shake the arms out. That's a lot of work. Let's take our hands together. She'll come up and show you so you can see nice and easy. I'm taking my hands and I'm interlocking my fingers just like this. So we're going to take our fingers, interlace them, And then we're gonna kind of move our arms almost like we're an ocean wave or maybe a roller coaster. So move in one direction this way. Good work. And then switch the direction, or try to switch the direction. And go, make your waves go in the other direction. Beautiful job. All right. Then I'm gonna take my hands, keeping them interlaced, just like before, and I'm gonna bring them up, around, kind of behind my head, and then down in front of my knees. So up, around, behind my head, and down in front of my knees. We're going in a great big circle. Up, around, behind my head, and down in front of my knees. And then let's switch the direction. Around, back behind my head, down and around in front of those knees, back behind our head, and once more, down, around in front of those knees, and back behind our head. Great job. Shake it out again. Now let's warm up our legs. We've done a lot of our neck, we've done a lot of our shoulders, we've done a lot of work with our arms. We've even done some with our bellies, especially when we were doing that rope pulling. I bet you might have felt it in some of the muscles of your belly. If you need water, go ahead and take water. And again, you don't have to drink water only when I do. Drink it whenever you need it. The same goes for bathroom breaks or anything that you might need. Go ahead and pause or just leave the room, come right back. I'll still be here. All right. And then let's start with our legs. So I want to make sure you can see my feet. I'll scooch back a little. I'm going to push my toes into the ground and lift my heels and then lower them. Lift my heels and lower them. Lift my heels and lower them. And once more, lift and lower. Nice job. I'd also like to point out that you can do this in bare feet, and you can also do this with shoes on. It's whatever makes you feel most comfortable and most stable as we do the yoga together. So you can choose bare feet or shoes. If you're wearing socks, just make sure you're not on a super slippery surface. Do a lot of, especially if we're standing, make sure to use your mat just so you have good grip. I don't want anyone getting injured. Then I'm gonna push my heels into the ground and lift my toes and lower them. Lift my toes, lower them. Lift my toes, lower them, and once more, lift my toes and lower them. Beautiful work. Okay, we can push into our toes, give our ankles a little bit of a wiggle. Nice job. Then I'm going to take one leg and I'm going to lift it up any amount. It might come level with my hip. It might be just a little bit off the floor. And if I need any extra support, I can hold under the back of my leg as well. So I'm going to lift my leg up and I'm going to point my toe and flex my foot. Point my toe and flex my foot. Once more, point my toe and flex my foot. Then I'm going to do ankle circles in one direction. And remember, we're trying to sit up tall as is comfortable. And then ankle circles in the other direction. Beautiful work. Then I'm going to bring my leg any amount to the side. And again, I can support underneath it. And then bring it to the center. And then maybe a little bit across. Maybe not. Come back to center. Go ahead, try to bring it to the side. Center. Maybe try that across. Maybe not today. And center. Nice work. Bring it down. Tap it out. And then we'll move on to our other leg. So I'm going to take my other leg up. I'm going to raise it up. And I'm going to point and flex. Point and flex my foot. Point my toes and flex my foot. And one last time. Point my toes and flex my foot. Nice work. I would also like to point out that if these leg exercises don't work for you, you can follow along and do the same thing with your arms. So if legs are just not in your yoga practice, you could do pointing our fingers and maybe making fists, point and fists, or flex one direction, flex forward. So go ahead and make it your own and find what's comfortable in your body today. If you have your foot up, we're going to bring it to the side. We're going to bring it back to the middle. We might try crossing, we might not. Back to the middle. And once more to the side, middle. Maybe try that cross and middle. Nice work. Go ahead and tap it out. Gonna make sure that we're good here on our screen. Beautiful. Then we're gonna do a little bit more stretching with our legs. And again, keeping in mind that if legs are not part of your yoga practice, You could do the same thing when I cross my leg over my other leg and I'm giving options. You could be crossing your arm across, or you can be also just sitting back and taking a break. It's up to you and up to how your body feels. So for legs, I'm going to lift one leg and cross it over my other. This is a really great stretch for our legs and our hips, but this might not be comfortable in your body. If it isn't, let me show you a few other options. You can do the same stretch we're doing and just keep both legs flat on the ground, feet on the ground. That's great. You can also put one foot against your leg, the same legs we use for seated chair pose. You can use that for this stretch when we fold forward. And finally, you could just cross one ankle over the other so that your knee is bent and your hip is a little open, and do the same fold. So again, crossed legs, tree legs, feet flat on the ground legs, or one leg across the thigh of your other leg. Find what's comfortable. Sit up as tall as you're able. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, fold forward, hinging at our hips nice and slowly. And fold forward any amount. Your chest will come towards your lap. It might touch your lap. It might come to about here. Wherever it comes, as long as you're feeling a stretch in your back and your bottom and your hips, that's wonderful. So then we'll take a nice slow breath in. And let it all the way out. Good work. Breathe in one more time. And as you breathe out, slowly roll back up. Great job. We're going to take this leg. If you have the leg folded, you can follow along with me. If not, you just want to sit with your leg like this, or you want to do a gentle wiggle this way, that's great too. So if you have the leg folded over the thigh, go ahead and grab one foot and knee, if it's accessible to you, and gently, it's almost like we're rocking a baby. We're just going to do really gentle rocks to kind of loosen up our hips, make everything feel pretty comfortable. Good work. Then, if it's comfortable, go ahead and give that leg a squeeze. It doesn't have to touch your chest, doesn't have to come anywhere near your chest. If it's not comfortable to have your arms on the outside of your leg, you can put it under your thigh and give a very similar squeeze. So give yourself a gentle hug. If you want, you can try bringing it out to the side. See how that feels. It's a little different stretch in the inner leg muscles. Or you can hold it right here, or you might need a break and want to put it down. Up to you. So wherever we're at, we're here, our leg is down. Take one last breath together. Breathe out and go ahead and put the leg down. We'll all meet together with feet flat on the ground. Why don't we stamp them out a little? Good work. We'll be doing a lot of work with them. Then I'm going to lift my other leg up across my thigh. And remember that both sides of our body certainly feel different. If this is available to you, go for it. If not, feel free to do tree legs on this side, cross over, or just keep both feet flat on the ground. And we're going to cross over, breathe in. And again, reminder that if legs are not part of your practice, we could be crossing arms at this point and doing the same kind of idea with our arms, or sitting back in our chair and resting. So let's breathe in. As we breathe out, let's hinge forward at our hips. Whatever position our legs are in, we're going to bring our chest towards our lap. Nice work. Take a nice slow breath in. Let it all the way out. And then once more, breathe in. And as we breathe out, roll back up. Great job. Now I'm going to grab my knee and my foot, if that's available to me on this side. Again, if my legs are down here, I could do a little shimmy wiggle this way, or I could just keep my legs right as is. If you want to give it a go, go ahead and rock that kind of like a leg baby back and forth, warming up that hip, loosening it a little. All right. Then again, we're going to hug that leg in towards our chest. We can have our hands on the outside of our shin. We can have them under our thigh for a little extra support. We might just let our leg hover if we like that, but find something comfortable, give it a squeeze if it's available to you. And then again, keeping our leg here, putting our leg on the ground, or trying with our leg out to the side just a little bit. And even here, you can do circles if you want. I know we didn't do it on the other side, but that always feels nice if you want to do a little circles, or it often feels nice if this stretch feels good to start. Good work. And then bring it back to center. Tap those feet out again. Okay, I'm going to have some water, and then we're going to try some standing poses. Now, again, These can be done seated, and I'll show them to us seated first, and then I will show them to us standing. Let me make sure we're good on our screen. All right. So what we're going to be doing when we're standing is we're going to be doing some leg lifting and lowering. If I'm in my chair, I can do it right from where I'm sitting, or I can scooch so that one leg is sort of almost off the edge of the chair, but the other leg is fully supported. So that way I have a little more range of motion with the leg that's kind of off the chair, and I'm not kicking into my chair. Now, if that does not feel comfortable, stay right in the middle of your chair and just lift and bring back. And if you hit your chair, just come forward a little. So it's not really a big deal. This way, or slid over a little and this way. And if you need a little extra support as you're trying to sit tall, you can always hold your hand on the edge of your chair. Beautiful. We're also going to be doing some side lifts. So it'll look like when I'm standing, you'll see the side lift. When I'm sitting in a chair, I can just bring my leg to the side and back, side and back. I can lift it if I want. It gets a little awkward in a chair, and I don't want anyone to feel off balance or tippy. So just sticking it out to the side and back gives you a very similar exercise. We're going to do tree pose. So tree pose again, we've already done that sitting. Potentially, when we were in this pose, you might have had your legs in tree. We put one foot against our leg. Arms can come in lots of different positions. I'll show you that. And we may try a few other poses, but I will coach you through them as we do them, all right? So let's give it a go. If you have a water bottle, go ahead and put it to the side just so you don't kick it. I kick mine over all the time. And what we're going to do, I'm going to move my chair over so that you can see a little better, is we're going to start with those legs. Actually, I'll turn sideways so you can see. So I'm standing with my hand on the back of my chair, and I'm going to lift my leg and lower it. It doesn't have to go, it can come to here. It can come to here. It might come as high as your hip, as high as is comfortable. So lift and lower, lift and lower, and once more, lift and lower. Nice work. Then I'm going to kick it out behind me. Like where I put my water bottle is already not a safe spot. There we go. I'm going to stand nice and tall again, and then bring my leg behind me and down. And you'll notice it may not, depending on how your muscles feel, it might not go as high as it went when you were kicking it in front of you. Back and down. And that makes sense. Back and down. And now we're going to sweep our leg from the front to the back. So we're going to go front all the way to back. Front all the way to back. And once more. Front all the way to back. Nice work. Go ahead and wiggle it out a little. Then I'm going to lift my leg to the side. So I'll turn my chair to the front so you can see. Still holding on to the back of my chair for support. I will lift my leg to the side and lower it. And again, it might come to here, might come to here, it might come really high. You just want to see what feels comfortable in your leg. And you can have a little bend in the standing leg knee so that you're not locking it and feeling off balance. Go ahead and bend that knee a little, grabbing onto the back of the chair. Lift and lower, lift and lower, and once more, lift and lower. Good job. Then I'm going to draw a C. So I'm going to point and bring them in front and behind, in front and behind, and one more time, in front and behind. Great work. Then let's stand tall, and we're going to try lifting up our one leg. So we'll see if that's comfortable. So I'm going to hold onto the back of my chair. First, I might just come onto the toes of that leg. See how that feels. Stand tall. Then try lifting up one leg while the other stands nice and firm. See how that feels. Maybe give the lifted leg a little wiggle. Then, if I'm comfortable, I can put my foot against the lower part of my leg. You can also bring it up high if that's comfortable. But a lot of times we have a little more support at the lower part of our leg. It's up to you. Then I might try raising one arm, like my tree branches. And if I feel really solid, I might raise both arms. That might feel way too wobbly and I want to put my hand back on my chair. Another way to try it is I can put my toes on the ground, like a little bit of a kickstand, so they keep me supported. And then I can try raising up both arms. So you can give all these options a lot of tries. If you're sitting in your chair, you can do the same thing with our seated chair legs and bring your arms up. We can also bring our arms down to our heart. So leg on our other leg, kickstand, seated, and then arms out or arms at our heart. You find what feels comfortable in your body. And let's take a breath in and let it all the way out. Nice job. Let's go to the other side and practice the same things on the other side of our chair. So I'm going to walk around my chair and do the same stretches. I'll turn it to the side again so you can see the front and back because I think it's easier to see that way. So I'm going to stand up nice and tall. I'm holding on to the back of my chair and I am bringing my leg forward and down, forward and down, forward and down, and one last time, forward and down. And remembering, if I'm sitting in my chair, it looks like this, just so we can see forward and down, forward and down. And when I go backwards, I go backwards and back. And the sweep looks like this, forwards to backwards, forwards to backwards. Nice job. All right, so if I'm standing, we're moving on to backwards. So I'm gonna lift my leg up and go backwards and down. Backwards and down. Once more, backwards and down. And then let's try the sweeping it from the front to the back. So I'm gonna bring it up and back, up and back. Nice work. Up and back. And one more time. Up and back. Great job. Okay. Let's come back. Well, you're just standing next to your chair. I want to make sure you can see all the different angles to help you out. So now I'm standing again with my hands still on the back of my chair. I'm going to put the leg closest to my chair nice and firm. And then I'm going to lift my other leg, point my toes, and I can put my toes right back on the ground, and I'm going to drag them around my foot in the letter C. So I'm going to point my toes, bring them in front, bring them around into the back. Nice job. To the front, to the back, to the front, to the back, and one last time, to the front and to the back. Nice work. Then I'm going to lift my leg to the side. So hands on my hips sometimes helps me feel nice and strong when I stand. And then I'm going to lift my leg up to the side and down, to the side and down, to the side and down, and once more to the side and down. Beautiful work. All right. So then we are going to take our tree pose on this side. If we're seated in our chair, we can do our seated tree legs and the various arms. If we're standing, you can follow right along with me. I'm going to plant my leg that's closest to my chair, make it nice and strong and sturdy. Then I'm going to hold onto the back of my seat. Try lifting up my leg. See how that feels? Nice work. Then if it feels comfortable, I'm going to bring it to the side, putting my foot against the lower part of my leg. And remembering, if this is something that's part of your practice in the upper part of your leg, go ahead. Otherwise, let's start with the lower part just for nice stability. If this feels, whoa, too wobbly, go ahead and put those toes on the ground so you have a kickstand. You have really firm, strong tree legs. So find which legs feel comfortable for you today. Then try raising the arm that's not holding on to the back of the chair. Maybe this is where we keep our tree pose today. Maybe we try lifting that other arm and seeing how it feels. Maybe we bring our hands to our heart. So you might be here, you might be here, you might be here. Wherever you are, take a nice deep breath in and let it all the way out. Great work. Then come and bring your leg back to the ground. Go ahead and do a little wiggle. We'll do a little more work in our chairs and then a little bit more standing work, and then we're almost at the end of class. Okay, I'm going to move this. There we go. So let's do some sun salutations. I'm going to grab some more water again. So for our sun salutations, we're going to start with the sitting version. Once we learn the sitting variation, I will show you the standing variation, or maybe a few standing variations, so that everyone has an opportunity to try whichever one feels the best in their body. But we're learning sitting first, again, because that way, if you want to stay in your chair, you can follow along with the sitting version again, while others might be up standing and trying the standing version. So we're going to sit nice and tall, feet flat on the ground. You might need to scooch a little bit to the edge of your chair to feel a little more grounded on the floor. We're going to breathe in and raise those arms way up high. Breathe out and bring them back to cactus arms. Breathe in way up high. Breathe out, fold over any amount. That might be coming to here. That might be coming down with your head between your knees, or it might be anywhere in between. And take a slow breath in and out. And then as we breathe in the next time, we're going to roll our bodies right back up. Nice work. Let's try that again. Breathe in, arms way up high. Breathe out, arms to a T or cactus. Breathe in, arms way up high again. Breathe out, fold over any amount. Remembering it might be here, it might be here, it might be all the way down. Take a nice slow breath in and out, and then slowly roll back up. Great work. On the next two sun salutations, we're going to try hugging one leg and then the other leg in towards our chest. So if that's comfortable, that's sort of why we practiced it earlier. If that was comfortable and you liked it, follow along with that. If it didn't feel comfortable or if it wasn't available in your body, you can keep doing the sun salutation we just practiced without the leg lift. So let's give it a go. Pick whichever one feels comfortable. We're going to breathe in, raise those hands up. Breathe out, bring them back to cactus. Nice work. Breathe in, raise those arms up again. Breathe out, fold over any amount. And then we're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're going to bring our hands behind the leg of one leg, behind the thigh of one leg, hug it in towards our chest, and we'll take a nice breath in. As we breathe out, we can bring our nose towards our knee if it's comfy, or we can just sit tall, and then we're going to lower that leg. So look down, see which leg you picked. I picked my right leg. If you're doing the leg squeezes along with me, we're going to do the opposite leg on the next one. So breathe in, arms go up. Breathe out, arms come back to cactus. Breathe in, arms go back up. Breathe out, fold over any amount. Take a nice slow breath in. And as you breathe out, go ahead and put your hands behind the thigh of your opposite leg and squeeze it in towards your chest. Then if you want, you can breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring your nose towards your chest or just sit tall holding your leg. And then go ahead and lower that leg. Beautiful work. Okay, so this is how we do a seated sun salutation. There's actually lots of ways to do it, but this is the way we're going to do on today's video. So I'm going to stand up and show some standing versions. And if you do not want to stand up, if you're getting tired or it's just not available in your body today, you can continue along with us in the seated version. Otherwise, stand up and give it a try with me. I'm going to make sure everything's angled right. Beautiful. So I'm going to turn to my side because I want you to see the different options I'm going to do with my chair. You can just keep your chair facing the way it is and keep watching the video and see what's happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to breathe in. I'll face you first and then show you the downward dog. So I'm going to breathe in with my arms high up overhead again. This is very similar to the chair one. Breathe out and bring my arms back to those cactus arms. If you want, since we're standing, we can get a little more of a bend back, if that feels good. Breathe in, arms are going to come up over my head. And as I breathe out, while facing my chair, I'm going to put my hands on the back of my chair, and I'm going to walk my hips back and push into my hands and my arms, letting my arms support me, and get a good stretch in this downward dog. So I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to breathe out. As I breathe in next, I'm going to slowly walk my legs back in. I'm going to breathe in, raise those arms up over my head. Breathe out and bring them down to my heart in mountain pose. Take one slow breath in. One slow breath out. Nice work. I'm going to show you one more option, but then we're going to proceed with the option we just did. If you want a little bit deeper stretch, you can always put your hands on the seat of your chair and walk back and stretch that way for a little deeper downward dog. It kind of depends on the size of your body and the height of your chair, if that's comfortable or not. The back of your chair is always a lovely option, and it's a really stable option too. So approach your chair if you want to put your hands on the seat or the back. And we're going to try one more sun salutation, standing. If you're sitting, follow along sitting. So I'm going to breathe in, raise those hands up. Breathe out, bring my hands back to cactus arms. Breathe in, raise my hands up once more. Breathe out, hands come to the back of my chair. And I walk my hips back slowly and stretch into my back and my arms with my hands firmly on the back of my chair. Take a slow breath in and out. And then on your next breath in, walk those feet up. Good work. Breathe out. And then breathe in, arms up overhead. Breathe out, arms down at our heart. Nice work. Nice job, everyone. I think the last thing we'll do is some goddess poses and warrior poses, and then we'll start our cool down. I'm going to show you those in the chair first, and then we'll have a standing version as well if we choose to do that. And it's up to you. You can follow along with either one. So let's make sure we're good there. I'm going to come down. Again, just a reminder to grab some water because you've been working really hard. Anytime you need water, just grab a little. So now we're going to do some goddess poses and some warrior poses. Let's start with the seated version. So I'm taking one leg wide and pointing my toes sort of out at an angle towards the wall. Same on the other side. And I have my legs nice and wide. Your legs might come even wider than mine. Yours might be a little less wide where it's comfortable. Just find where you can be comfortable and have your legs a little wider than you would sit naturally. And then I'm going to breathe in and breathe out. Nice work. Next time I breathe in, I'm going to bring my right shoulder forwards towards the middle, like the middle of my body. And I'm going to bring my left shoulder backwards, and I'm going to either look straight ahead or back over my left shoulder. And we'll take a breath here in and out. Come back to center. And we're going to do the same stretch on the other side. So this kind of combines the twist move we were doing earlier with our goddess pose. So I'm going to sit up tall, breathe in. As I breathe out, I'm going to bring my opposite shoulder forward and my other shoulder back. So now I have my left shoulder forward towards the middle of my body. My right shoulder's back. And I'm going to breathe in. I can look over my right shoulder, breathe out, or look straight ahead and come back to center. Nice work. Then I'm going to take my arms up, 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 up. I'm going to bring them down to cactus arms. I'm going to raise them up again, bring them down to cactus arms again. I can bring them in front of me and apart. So this is like that exercise we were doing before where we were bringing them in front like we were moving through water. And apart. Nice work. I can then take my hands. It almost looks like I'm holding a ball. Let me come up close so you can see. I'm going to hold my hands like this. And then I'm going to rotate my wrists like I'm screwing in a light bulb. So we'll do that while we're in our goddess pose. I'm going to put my legs wide. Nice job. Arms up. Cactus arms. Hold those balls or light bulbs, whatever you imagine holding in your hand, oranges. And then go ahead and rotate your wrists. Rotate, rotate back and forth. Good work. Then go ahead and make a fist. Circle up. Wrist circles down. Nice work. Wrist circles to the side. Give it all a shake. Shake, 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 shake. Good job. Then while I'm still in goddess pose, I'm going to try lifting my heels and lowering them. And we can even bring our hands at our heart. So we're doing horse pose. So I can lift one heel and then the other. Kind of like you're going clip, clop, like a horse. One heel, then the other. One heel, then the other. And then go ahead and try raising both heels and down. both heels and down, both heels and down. Great work. And then why don't we move on to our warrior pose, because then I can show us these same variations standing and we can see what feels best in our body today. So for warrior pose, I'm going to sit towards the edge of my chair. I'm going to put one leg forward and one leg comes behind me. I have my left leg forward with my knee bent. I have my right leg behind me. My right leg can stay with a bent knee if that feels most comfortable. It can also straighten out if that stretch feels good, but find what feels good in your body. You want to be able to sit up as tall as you can, and you want to feel comfortable, not strained when you're doing this stretch. So find a good stretch. Raise those arms up so your ears are right by your biceps, right by your arms, and face your head forward. Then we're going to turn, keeping our legs where they are and bringing our arms to the side, and we're going to look straight at each other. We're facing each other. Nice work. Then I'm going to take my front arm, the one that's over my bent front knee, reach forward, let my back arm come down by my thigh, and then bring my front arm up and over my head. Nice work. And then I can bring that same arm bent down onto my thigh and raise up my other arm right overhead. Spread those fingers wide, give them a wiggle. Nice job. All right, I'm going to come back to center and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now I have my other leg, my right leg bent and in front of me. I've got my left leg extended behind me. You can play with it again on this side. Does it feel better bent? Does it feel better stretched out? See what's comfortable in your body. Go ahead and raise those arms right up next to our ears for warrior one, looking straight ahead. Then we're going to twist our upper bodies, putting our arms at the side and looking at each other for warrior two. Then let your back hand travel down to your thigh. Bring your front arm forward, stretch forward a little, and bring it up overhead. Nice work. Then let that same arm come down onto your bent thigh. And raise your opposite arm up over your head. Go ahead and twinkle those fingers a little. Nice work. So now you've learned goddess pose, or you've practiced. You may already know them. You've practiced goddess pose and our warrior series seated. I'm going to stand up and we'll do the same thing standing. If you don't feel like standing right now, you're unable to stand, you can follow right along with the seated versions we've just learned. Otherwise, let's give it a go standing and then we'll cool down and we're all done for the day. So let me make sure we're all set. All right. So let's start with our goddess pose. I'm going to put my feet facing with, my feet are on an angle facing the walls and my legs are wide. Again, you don't have to come as wide as me, but you don't want to be too tight. So you might be wider than me. You might be here. Wherever feels comfortable, find a good, comfortable, wide-legged stance. Bend your knees. And if at any point you feel, whoa, this is too tippy, you can always do it right by your chair. So we can do wide-legged, putting one foot pretty much under our chair and bending with the support of our hand on our chair. So this is always a great option so you feel nice and strong and sturdy. Otherwise, come to your mat and I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to raise those arms up and bring them down to cactus. Raise those arms up and bring them down to cactus. And once more, raise them up and bring them down to cactus. Bring them so they come together. They may touch, they may not touch. We're just getting the idea of bringing them together, pulling them apart, bringing them together, pulling them apart, and once more, together and apart. And then, like we did before with our hands holding oranges or light bulbs, whatever we want to hold, and we're rotating our wrists like we're screwing in a light bulb. Nice work. Nice job. Back and forth. Beautiful. Then, I don't know if you can see my feet. There we go. That's a little better. I'm going to take my hands together at my heart for horse pose. And we have a couple options when we're standing. If we're sitting, we can do the same, lifting one heel, lifting the other. So we're going to lift and lower and alternate. We can try this standing as well. That might help if you're holding onto the back of your chair. We can also try lifting both ankles or both heels at once. Otherwise, we're going to keep our feet flat on the floor, nice and strong, bend our knees, and do gentle bounces, which is kind of why this is called horse pose. It's like we're riding a horse. And you can press your palms into one another, bounce up and down, up and down, up and down. Nice work. Come back up. Beautiful. And then we're going to try our warrior series standing. Again, if you did goddess pose standing and you want to go back to your chair, follow along sitting. So I'm going to take one foot forward. I'm putting my left foot forward. I'm putting my right foot behind me, and it's angled, again, similar to goddess, but it's angled towards the wall. I'm going to bend my front knee. I'm going to raise my arms up so my biceps, the upper part of my arms, is right next to my ears, looking forward. Then I'm going to twist my upper body. I have both arms at my sides. We're facing each other now for warrior two. Then I'm going to let my back arm drop down by my leg, reach my front arm forward a bit, bring it up over my head for peaceful warrior. Then take that arm that's over my head, put it on my leg, or just let it hang down, whatever feels comfortable. You can even put it on your hip if that feels a little more stable. And then try reaching that other arm up overhead. It can be straight up overhead, or you can reach it on an angle. Nice work. Coming back to center, we're going to point both feet forward and then put our other leg facing out. So it's kind of a fancy transition transition trick. So put your other foot forward, opposite one behind. Nice work. Bend that front leg. Beautiful. Then I'm going to raise my arms up so that my arms are right next to my ears for warrior one. I'm going to twist my upper body and bring my arms to the sides, and we're facing each other for warrior two. Then I'm going to reach that front arm forward, let that back arm drop, bring that front arm up over my head for peaceful warrior. And then that same arm can come right down onto my thigh and raise up my other arm over my head or on an angle straight out. Nice work. Come back to center. Beautiful job. Okay, so everyone has worked super hard today. Let's do a quick cool down. I'm going to show you the hand cool down that we're going to do up close, and then we'll do a few more moves, and then we'll be all done for today. So if you've practiced with me before, you might know this one. This one's great for our fingers. It's great for arthritis, or just if we need a little more mobility, or if we worked with our hands a lot all day. So we're going to take our hands and spread them really wide. So we have webs. Then we're going to curl our fingers really firmly like this. Claws. Then we're going to make little beaks. They look like this, bird beaks. Beaks. And then paws. We make fists and we circle in one direction. And we circle in the other direction. Let's try that one more time, and then I'll go back to the chair. Webs, spread them really wide. Spread those fingers really wide. Claws, make nice curly claws. Beaks, big strong bird beaks. And paws. And then go ahead and do wrist circles in one direction. Wrist circles in the other direction. Nice work. Let's go back to the chair, and we'll finish up our cool down over here. So we're going to do the same leg stretch that we did before, but now that we've done all this leg work, you might feel that you're even able to bend a little further, or it might be a little easier in your body. So we'll give it a try. We're going to take one leg and cross it over our opposite thigh. Again, if this is just not comfortable in your body, you can do tree legs. You can cross one foot over the other, or you can just keep them firmly on the ground as we bend your feet. All right. So we're going to sit up tall, pick the legs that feel comfortable for you today. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, gently fold over, bringing our chest towards our lap. And then breathe in slowly. Breathe out slowly. Roll back up. And let's try the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to tap my feet out, tap, 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 tap. Same thing on the other side. So tree legs, crossed ankles, feet flat on the ground, or go ahead and bring that leg up and across. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe in, breathe out, and gently fold forward any amount. Good work. Breathe in nice and slowly. Breathe out nice and slowly. Good job. Sit back up. Beautiful. That's a great leg stretch. Let's give ourselves a couple arm stretches. So I'm going to raise up one arm way high, bring it down, give myself a pat on the back for all my hard work today. You guys worked really hard. Then raise my other arm up and grasp my opposite elbow. If this isn't comfortable, you can just keep the arm like this. If this is comfortable, you can sit tall or you can try to gently rock. See which feels better in your body. Nice work. Reach both arms up. Give them a shake. Shake, 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 shake. And then let's try the same thing with the other arm. Taking my other arm, raising it way up high, folding it back, pat myself on the back again. Opposite arm to opposite elbow, if that feels comfortable. Go ahead and rock back and forth if that's comfortable, or just sit nice and tall. Good job. Arms back up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. All the way down and shake. Beautiful. Arms way wide. Cross and give yourself a great big hug. Look which arm is on top because we're going to switch the cross of our arms. Nice work. I'm going to take my top arm, bring it out to the side, and bring it under my other arm to change the cross. And give yourself one more great big hug. I'm so proud of all the hard work you did today. Good work. Arms out again, arms down. Let's bring our hands. Actually, I'm going to come close so you can see this one again. Bringing my hands like I'm holding a platter, pushing them forward, bringing my elbows in towards my sides, and rotating my hands to the sides as well. So push forward, pull elbows back, twist your arms, rotate your shoulders, and one more time. Forward, back, twist, and back. And then we're going to flip it just a little bit. So we're going to go forward, flipping our hands, bringing them towards our face, and brushing them away. Nice work. Platter hands. Push forward. Flip your hands. Bring them towards your face, down and away. And one more time. Platter hands. Push forward. Flip them. Bring them towards your face, down and away. Nice job. All right, then I'm back in my chair. You guys were probably staying in your chair the whole time. Just wanted to make sure you could see what I was doing with my hand. All right. Then we're going to do Peace Begins With Me to end our session. Actually, let's do one grounding breath. So go ahead and sit back in your chair. Put a hand on our heart and a hand on our belly. Take a nice deep breath in. Let it all the way out. Make sure we're nice and relaxed. Make sure your feet are relaxed and heavy on the ground. Your legs are relaxed. Your bottom is supported by the chair. Same with your back, both your upper and lower back. Feel your arms just gently resting on your body. Make sure you can even gently do some circles or rock your neck side to side to make sure it's nice and comfortable. And take another deep breath in. Let it all the way out. And do last one. One last breath, the deepest breath you've taken all day. Breathe in. And all the way out. Great work. If your eyes were shut, go ahead and open them. And we're going to do Peace Begins With Me. Oh, I'm going to come back up by you one more time to show you and help you out. Now, we use both hands when we do this, but if both hands is tricky, especially to start, you can do just one hand and focus on one hand at a time. And I'm going to do it 3 times through. So if you do one hand and then the other hand, on the third time, maybe try them both and see what happens. So I'm going to be touching each finger to my thumb. And we're going to say, Peace Begins With Me, as we touch one word for each finger touch. So breathe in. And as we breathe out, peace begins with me. Great work. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Peace begins with me. And one last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Peace begins with me. Beautiful work. So we will close our class with singing our Namaste song. We will bring our hands together at our heart and we sing, my inner light, it shines for you. Your inner light is shining too. The beauty in me sees the beauty in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you had fun. I hope it felt good in your body, and I can't wait to see you again soon.